Okay, well, there are a lot of Bible verses that I like. The Bible's got so many different things in it. It's got a bit of history, it's got some poetry, it's got stories, it's got romance, adventure, everything in it really. But there's one bit I particularly like, and it's in a part of the Bible called Psalms, which is a lot of poems, and I'll read it to you. It says, "One thing I ask of the Lord, one thing I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord and to seek him in his temple." Now, Lord, that's another word for God, and it just makes me think it's just absolutely amazing that God, who is like all powerful and all loving and everything, would allow me to be with him all the time. And that verse means that I can be with him all the time, and he's with me no matter where I am or what I'm doing.
Being a Christian isn't easy. It makes life a lot more challenging. It's so easy to not help somebody in the street. It's so easy to put yourself first. The Christian's way of life isn't like that. But what makes the journey more bearable is knowing that you're part of a greater story, the story of God, God's story. I suppose my understanding of God has changed. 5 years ago, God was just a guy on a cloud with a grey beard. Now, when I think of God, I see Jesus. Jesus, as foretold in the Gospels, a guy who went to a wedding at Cana and spent 3 days there drinking and then turned water into wine. A guy who said on the cross, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." The closer that I look at Jesus, the more I want to follow him.
There's another verse that I like. This one is in a book in a little tiny place in the Old Testament called Micah, and it says, "He has shown you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy and walk humbly before your God." And I like that verse because it tells me what God wants of me. To act justly to me means that God wants to see that everything's fair, and that he wants me to play a part in making sure everything's fair. So that might mean for me thinking, well, I might buy fair trade chocolate instead of normal chocolate, because then the people making those things have a fair deal. The mercy bit means that well, God, you see, he loves us even when we do things wrong, and that's how he wants us to be towards other people as well. To show mercy means to sort of, well, forgive them and not think too badly of other people when they do wrong things. And then the walk humbly bit, so that's quite a difficult thing, and it's not thinking perhaps too much of yourself, and because God's so much greater than we are. Sometimes we think life's all about us, and this verse just reminds me that actually it isn't all about me, it's all about God, and that's how I need to live my life.